I grew up with basic cable most of my life, which meant after I got home from school, my evening was spent mostly watching mediocre sitcoms starring some B-tier comedian married to his disproportionately hot wife, until eventually The Simpsons and Futurama came on at 9 and 11 p.m. Which means I'm weirdly qualified to talk about whether or not The King of Queens starring Kevin James is funny, and if the memes that have now started to circumvent 20 years after the show's inception are also funny. Spoilers, no. Now listen, I hope you're not under the impression that I watched all 8 seasons of The King of Queens just to analyze one still image from Getty Images that isn't even really a meme but is being treated like one. I don't have that kind of time on my hands to make these sort of elaborate TV show based video essays. What am I, Drew Gooden? I'm over here watching Family Guy compilations, bro.
It's crazy, Louis. It's like that one time I got the Death Note.
According to KnowYourMeme.com, the Kevin James smirking Getty image, or Kevin James shrugging image as it's come to be known, was taken on January 1st, 1998. This photo of actor Kevin James on the set of the TV show The King of Queens was submitted to Getty Photos and is just sort of like promotional material that CBS used for the TV show The King of Queens. It portrays Kevin James shrugging, smirking. It's kind of an awkward combination of like shoulder, weird diagonal camera angles. There's a word for that, but I forget what it is. And him just sort of like grinning a little bit with a sense of like false confidence that you would expect from the protagonist of a sitcom. Like, I'm trying my best, but I accidentally screwed everything up. But what can I do? You know, just like every sitcom protagonist, it's Kevin James. Now listen, on first glance, does this seem like the hottest meme to ever hit the internet? A still image from a TV show of a B-tier actor who isn't even most known for this TV show as much as he is the Paul Blart movies? No, of course not. Is it good enough for people to start captioning it with stuff like me after one double Coke and rum? Or me when the police officer asked me if I've been drinking? Sure. It's good enough for a little bit of a giggle. Did it carry enough steam, add enough fuel to the fire for the actress who played Kevin James's wife on the show The King of Queens to say that she loves the memes? I didn't think it had that sort of attention, but hey, if it's making people happy and getting the attention of A-listers, I'm down to be a part of it. Is it good enough for people to start making these kind of edits? Do we need Kevin James with big fat tits? Do we need Kevin James large, naked, and on a bed? I feel like this is going a little bit too far. Fellas, this portion of the video is sponsored by Into the AM, one of my favorite sponsors because not only do they provide some of the drippiest drip that you see me wearing in most of my videos, but also they don't care that much that I was supposed to do this ad read a month ago and I haven't uploaded since. Please return my emails. Into the AM isn't a clothing company, okay? They're a group of artists and creatives based in California who wanted to help people express themselves through the medium of clothing. See, I spend all day wondering how am I gonna let people know that I'm the coolest guy alive? And now I've got the answer. Into the AM beanies. They sell everything from hoodies to socks to whatever other piece of clothing you can think of. They recently launched vintage t-shirts, pre-washed, pre-shrunk, late 90s band tee style material. They're fantastic, and not only can you buy it, but you can get 10% off with discount code Sumito. Not only is it cheaper for you, but you actually support this channel, the videos I make, by buying yourself clothing. That's literally a word I can't think of. There's a link in the description, there's a link in the pinned comments. Hell, you could even just go to their website and use my discount code manually if you hate clicking buttons. 10% off your entire order. Support your boy and go get yourself some fancy new threads from Into the AM. The King of Queens was A, an old show, but B, was also a show that was like, you probably weren't like going out of your way to watch it. Like, it wasn't the Game of Thrones of its time. Nobody's quoting The King of Queens like they are Simpsons and Futurama and Archer years and years after the show came out. Nobody's going out of their way to watch The King of Queens. I'll be honest, if infomercials, if they were advertising a set of knives or a rotisserie chicken or a George Foreman grill on another channel, I would honestly watch that rather than watch The King of Queens, because it's just, I don't know, it wasn't all that special. But here we are with this meme going viral, and while it is from that TV show, one has to wonder, does it really have anything to do with The King of Queens, or is it more so the meme power of the mall cop himself Kevin James. Listen, I know I got a tendency to go on complete tangents when talking about any topic that slightly relates to another topic, but what can I say? I like talking about memes. Maybe I'll start a YouTube channel one day. But you guys remember Paul Blart's Mall Cop, right? Not only because it was a terrific Not only was it a terrific Kevin James movie, it was just a great feel-good early 2000s comedy about a mall cop who takes his job too seriously. I don't know why I'm explaining it. You've seen Paul Blart's Mall Cop. Go watch it. But if you haven't, at the very least, take a look at some of the memes that have come from the movie poster. I mean, everybody knows Paul Blart's Mall Cop with Kevin James, right? But have you guys seen Kevin James, Paul Blart's Cock Problem? Because that's the sequel that I want to see. My favorite ones are the ones that are basically incoherent, right? Jammin' Memes, Peep, Meep, Meme Creep, Distant Egg Song? Was that even the movie I watched?
The flag is Japan, but it's actually this hand towel with a perfectly placed water stain.
Oh shit, I just peed on my towel accidentally. Better turn this into clout.
It was a water stain! I had an ice pack and it leaked onto the towel! I didn't fucking pee on it!
So the other day I was browsing Twitter and I bumped into this meme that said, "You better not be cunty instant ramen mascot when I get there," followed by this picture of a ramen spokesgirl who, I mean, I've seen this in stores. There's 3 different colors, 3 different girls that you can see advertising this ramen instant soup. But the thing that caught my attention was the term cunty, because I was like, what? So I looked it up on Urban Dictionary, and according to Urban Dictionary, cunty is sexy, iconic, epic, never been done before, or serving. I like the word cunty, although I still don't completely understand what it means because my entire research done online is based on just looking at more memes until stuff starts making sense. You better not be a cunty column when I get there. I guess this is starting to illuminate some of the, you better not be cunty coffee cup when I get there. Okay, I think I'm starting to understand how you use this. You better not be cunty Kevin James in a picture over my shoulder as you hit the subscribe button. Am I doing this right? Somebody who knows better, let me know. I'm testing out this thing where I'm going to start doing one topic per video, just in an effort to try and cover stuff a little bit more quick so that I'm not like weeks late to a video trying to get 4 or 5 stories together to make it 10 minutes. I'm just going to upload it with my thoughts when topics arise. Hopefully that'll be a little better for the algorithm. Forgive me for sticking 2 topics into this video because I've been gone for 4 weeks. But Netflix, as of September 22nd, I think was this announcement, announced that they're going to be doing the largest cash prize of any reality game show ever in an actual rendition of Squid Games, where 456 real competitors are going to be competing in Squid Game style games for a cash prize of $4.56 million, which is a ridiculous amount of money if you think about it, especially given the fact that that's guaranteed money. I know Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, you have a chance at $1 million, but most people are dropping out at 30K, 60K. This almost $4.5 million, that's going to somebody. If this sounds familiar, that's because this was already done, kind of, by YouTuber MrBeast. You guys remember the video I did on it last year, right? Squid Game! Squid Game! Oh my god, Squid Game! Squid Game! Squid Game! Transition. There was a lot of conversation, annoyingly so, at least if you remember my take on the matter, about MrBeast's, YouTube-y rendition recreating the games from Squid Game, where he would have 456 people compete for I think it was $456,000, so like $500,000. And so there were a few, it was like one dude, it wasn't that many people, but there was one dude who was like, oh, Squid Game was in development for 9 years, and the TV show on Netflix grossed 30 million views. Meanwhile, MrBeast spends 6 weeks putting together his Squid Game, and that did 200 million views or whatever in like 3 days. And I was so upset by this. I wasn't that upset by it, but that's a stupid comparison. You know what I mean? 9 hours or whatever it was of a TV show that was like drama filled and had like actors and was like written and was great versus a YouTuber who can just take all of that work and whatever and make a rendition that's got nothing to do with it and is instead just the equivalent of like a YouTube challenge, and instead gets to use all the branding, the marketing, the trending topics that was caused by the movie. Obviously, it's not fair to be like, yeah, MrBeast does those numbers with just 6 weeks of effort. Honestly, his version is better. And it's not. That being said, though, how interesting is it now to see that, like, what, a year later? It's probably more than that. I'm losing senses of time. That Netflix, and I'm guessing the Squid Game's team, is coming together to now do their next Netflix big budget version of what effectively MrBeast did in like 6 weeks with his, right? This is going to be an exciting thing to see. It says that it comes out like November 22nd. That's when the competition's going to start. Evidently, MrBeast wasn't involved. They didn't even like reach out to him to see if he might have some insight. I mean, he did basically recreate all the sets and everything from Squid Game, but I guess Netflix wouldn't need that because they already made the original versions of everything that they were using. But still, I think it's going to be an exciting watch to see how like the YouTube juggernaut taking the idea from Netflix to create his own thing, how much better, if better, it's going to be to watch like Hollywood try and come together and do something that a YouTuber's already done. I think the fact that it's 10 times the cash prize is like, it doesn't make it better because there's $4.5 million on the line, right? $400K, $4 million. I mean, that's life-changing money no matter what. But I think the fact that that's like, you know, it's like an indication of like how much effort they're putting into this. It's probably years in development to make this come to life. The video production's probably going to be exciting. But if they're giving away $4.5 mil to one dude who's going to win the competition, they're probably planning on getting a lot more than $5 mil out of people watching that show. And I mean, I'm excited to see what they put together, bro. Remember to use discount code Sumito. Click the link in the description. Please go buy some stuff from Into the AM. They've been super understanding with all the sponsorship stuff, as have you guys. Thank you so much for giving me a month off so that I could go and get married. I now have a wife. It is so annoying, basically having a roommate again, but we're back in the swing of things. We're making more videos. We're telling you to subscribe. We're giving a shout out to the patrons. And as always, I will catch you next time. Peace.